This year marks the 150th anniversary of the Confederate ship Hunley sinking the Union ship USS Housatonic in the Civil War. The Hunley became the first successful combat submarine to sink a ship, and it was built in Mobile. The ship right now, though, is housed in Charleston, South Carolina, where efforts have been going on for years to try to solve a mystery. Fox 10 News reporter Steve Alexander is standing by live in downtown Mobile this morning, where the saga of the Hunley began. Good morning again, Steve.
Good morning, and this is where the whole story starts, the corner of Water and State Street. Now, you might wonder why. Well, right now, in the northwest corner, there is, of course, the FBI building right here. But in the northwest corner of this block, there was a foundry back in the middle 1800s built by Parks and Lyons, and in that foundry, ships were built. And according to historians, it is believed that the Confederate ship Hunley was built there. And that's where an important part of Confederate and American history began. If you want to get an idea what the Hunley looks like, go to the USS Alabama Battleship Memorial Park here in Mobile. You can see a replica. If you want to see the real thing, you have to travel to Charleston, South Carolina. The ship was raised off the ocean floor 14 years ago. And now she sits in a vat of sodium hydroxide to fight corrosion.
It's made out of iron. It was completely soaked, right through with salt. And if you leave that out in the open air, you're going to have a pile of rust.
The Hunley was built in Mobile, but taken by rail to Charleston in 1863 to fight in the Civil War. It's only about 40 feet long, 3.5 feet wide, and 4 feet high. The Hunley gained fame a year later, sinking the USS Housatonic, but the Hunley itself sank in the process. Why? That's called the mystery of the Hunley.
What happened to them? Why didn't they come back? We know they accomplished their mission. We know they signaled that they were going to return home, and then they never did.
One reason the Hunley sank may be it didn't launch its torpedo like modern ships do. It was a spar torpedo, meaning it was designed to be rammed into the hull of an enemy ship.
It was more of a contact mine, so when it hit the Housatonic, the crew would have been then a lot closer to the actual site of the explosion than what we originally anticipated.
So that could have been why they died.
That's a theory.
8 men died when the Hunley sank. The Conservation Center in Charleston, where the sub is kept, has facial reconstructions of the men who died. The center also has other exhibits. Now, this is a replica of the Hunley, and you may wonder, how did they power this thing? Was it steam or some kind of diesel? Hand cranks. Because the Hunley was built in Mobile, at one point the city tried to get the ship stationed here permanently.
My understanding was that there was a good faith effort, and the federal government says no, it belongs to South Carolina.
So do you think Charleston would give it back if Mobile asked for it?
No, we got it. South Carolina has it. We'll keep her.
Reporting from Charleston. Yeah, I don't think Charleston will be giving it up anytime soon. Now, you might wonder how come there's not an historical sign here. We were kind of wondering that too. One reason may be Parks and Lyons had a couple of foundries, a couple of buildings, and there's some dispute on exactly which one of the buildings that the Hunley was built in, but we do know, according to historians, there was one here, and they believe that's where it's built. We've also reached out to some of the local historical commissions to try to find an answer about maybe getting an historical sign to something here. But still, another interesting part of Mobile's history. Reporting live from downtown Mobile, Steve Alexander, Fox 10 News.
All right, thanks, Steve, for that great report. It's a shame that Mobile can't have a piece of that action. Thank you very much.